So, after I made my little introduction video talking about my political views, or actually my rather non-existing political views, other than being against extremists, let's now also talk about my religious views, which are basically the same. Again, I don't really have very strong religious views other than being against extremists. Yeah, and but I do believe in God, and I do believe in that there are, well, that there must be something beyond our physical world in whatever form that might be, simply because our vision is so limited. You know, as you probably know, uh, spectre, or how no, not spectre, the spectrum in Germany would be called spectrum. I don't know how you call it in English. The visible, the light visible to humans is only a very small portion. There is a lot bigger portion of things that we actually can see with our own eyes. And so I don't think that humans are the pinnacle of creation, that we are the greatest, the greatest out there in the entire universe, and there is nothing beyond man. I don't think so. I think that's almost kind of arrogant, thinking that, you know, we are at the height of evolution. We are the greatest beings. I don't think we are. I think there's something out there. That's basically my viewpoint. And I do think that ultimately there must be some kind of creator. Though of course I haven't met him personally, so yeah. And I do think in a way that, I do feel we must have some kind of purpose. Our being here must have some kind of purpose, and I don't think that purpose lies in accumulating a lot of wealth, or getting beautiful women, or buying fancy cars, or you know some of the things that some people seem to think are very important. And actually, those people who deem those things very important, who deem material things very important, are actually those people who don't have them. They never really. They always have a goal in mind. They're always chasing after more money, or more things, or more women, or whatever they're pursuing, and they're never satisfied, and they never reach their goal. Because if they were to reach their goal, and if they would actually have whatever they're desiring, they would realize that it's not really fulfilling. It's not the it's not the dream life they thought it was. But since most people never uh, become billionaires, or whatever they're seeking to be, they don't realize that what they're pursuing is not fulfilling. As long as they keep pursuing it, it's fulfilling to them. So yeah. But I don't think it's worth the trouble, and I don't think that can be the ultimate purpose in life. And I do think we must have some kind of purpose. So yeah, so I don't think I don't think materialism is the answer, be it in the sense of pursuing material things, or in the sense of only acknowledging our physical material world that we can see with our own eyes, because the human vision is actually very limited. There is a lot of things we can't see, and yeah, any scientist will tell you that. Any person who's learned, the more learned a person is, the more he will realize how much we actually don't know. So, of course, religions also do have a purpose, although I wouldn't necessarily call myself very religious. Like I said, I do believe in God, and I do have things that I personally believe, and I also, as I mentioned in some of my videos, I actually, for example, I do practice Falun Gong, which is basically just Qigong, and it's not, it's a difficult subject to go into. Is it a religion or not? Some people say it's a religion, some people say it's not, but basically it's just some Chinese people practicing Qigong exercises in parks. But of course, the Chinese Communist Party regards it as a religion, and in that case, that's not a good thing, because well, the Communist Party is kind of about eradicating religious beliefs. So of course, for the Communist Party, they don't, there are no religions. Every religion is basically an evil cult to them, or they will label it an evil cult, because communism is basically all about eradicating people's religious beliefs. That's kind of what it is about, and you can tell that even by reading some of Marx's original writings. Yeah, so yeah. But other than that, I wouldn't really call myself religious, and I don't, I don't belong to any religious group. Well, at least not in the sense that, I mean, I have my own opinions, and I read a lot, and I form my own opinions. And maybe sometimes I will practice qigong and stuff like that, but I don't really belong to any religious community, and even Falun Gong doesn't really, well, it isn't really a religious community. It doesn't have any emphasis on the community part. I mean, you can like I said, you can just practice it on your own and read the books and have your own opinions about it, and do it by yourself. You don't need a community. But with a lot of religions nowadays, it's actually that they emphasize the community part, and that's where a lot of people will criticize religions, because as soon as you have a community, and as soon as you practice a religion because of the religious community, it will also lead to some aspects that aren't necessarily very good, and that's where a lot of the criticism of religions actually comes in. A lot of people who criticize religious beliefs actually criticize the community aspects of the whatever religious community it might be, because as soon as you have a community, you also have well, you have group dynamics and stuff like that. So a lot of people, especially nowadays, a lot of people don't actually believe in God, and they don't believe in the metaphysical, and but still, some people, even though they might not even really believe in whatever higher being, they join religions because of the community, because of the. So, for example, a lot of New Age Christian groups, so to say, or not New Age. New Age isn't the right word, but a lot of modern Christian groups, Christian communities that came out in recent years. They will do like a lot of dancing, and not as a performance or anything, just as part of like when you go to church, there is a lot of dancing there, and I was always like, why is there so much dancing? And some churches are like that. The original churches, like for example, if you go to a Catholic church, there is no dancing there. But some churches, some Christian churches, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not criticizing that. I'm just saying that a lot of a religious community will emphasize the community part. So as soon as you go there, they will start dancing and they will welcome you, and there will be this great community that that gives you some stability in your life. And so actually a lot of people who should be going to a psychologist end up going to some religious groups because they find a community that helps them. It's almost like a support group, so it has that effect. But of course there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying that I don't think that's the right motivation for having a belief, and it isn't. And a lot of those people, they don't truly believe. They're just in there for the community, and that's why you have a lot of atheists, and also a lot of communists, whatever people who are attacking religions, or who are attacking religious belief, they will then use that to attack religious belief, because of course what I just talked about, that's not even anything really bad. But if those group dynamics get stronger, they can lead to some bad things. So then you might have some religions, and atheists are very quick to point out such negative examples, where maybe some people are forced to join a religion. Well, yeah. Okay, I won't give specific examples because I don't want to criticize anyone, but yeah, you do have that sometimes, that people are basically forced in various ways. Well, of course, you especially have that with communism, where they basically force you to not believe, because they will imprison you if you believe in anything but the Communist Party. But of course, what they're using as an excuse for that is they're attacking religion, saying, well, religions also sometimes do that, and there are some historic examples for example, the Crusaders, where they actually went out and used violence to force their belief on people, and that's of course the bad side of group dynamics, which is why I think it's important to keep group dynamics out of religion, and keep well, it's always gonna be a part of religion, because religion includes religious communities, so you will always have group dynamics, sadly, but you should keep it out, keep it separate from your belief. It shouldn't influence your belief. You shouldn't believe in something just because everyone else does, or because your mother won't speak to you anymore if you don't. That's not the right motivation. You should believe in something because you truly believe in it, and not because group dynamics play a role. At least that's what I believe.